Hello, beautiful souls. Sorry, my ears feel a little plugged up. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the sacred space. It is February 11th, 2026. Again, all videos are timeless. You're receiving this in divine timing, perfect timing for your highest and best. Always through divine light, divine love, divine truth, divine power, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, and divine remembrance. I'm going to ask you again, beautiful soul, do you remember who you are? Welcome into the elemental spirits, earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether, earth, air, wind, fire, water, ether. So welcome. We're going to have a conscious collective conversation today. All right. Just some stuff that came through. I want to talk about Reiki share last night. We get together and practice Reiki. It's a group class. It's a free by donation class in our local wellness store. And it's amazing. So we get to practice and share our gifts and our abilities. And so we're able to give and to receive whatever is meant to be given and received in that now present moment for each person. So that was magical as always. I had a beautiful conversation yesterday with my Mama Soul mentor. Just again, conscious conversations. I think we need to start having more of these very conscious super conscious conversations. Thank you super conscious conversations. I highly recommend you start listening to super conscious conversations and quit listening to all the nonsense, the bullshit on the world stage. It will shift you. It will propel you into the highest version of yourself. I promise you, because you are receiving codes, frequencies, energies, activations in these super conscious conversations, okay, that you're paying your attention to, whether that's a tarot reading, a channeled message, again, a super conscious conversation in the form of a podcast, okay? So important right now, okay? So there's a few things I want to talk about before I go into some journaling information that the way I receive, I listen to these super conscious conversations or tarot readings, and I extract if this is for me, this is for me in the collective to be shared, and then I journal it. It's more of like an automatic writing. I almost extract what my highest wants me to extract, or the team wants me to extract and document for myself, to solidify it in the field, to speak it if it's something meant to be spoken, and to share with you beautiful souls, because it's meant to be, again, pay it forward. Oh my gosh, I just get full body goosebumps. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So just on a side note, just a quick note, I was always curious when I say the team. I have guides and angels and ancestors of unconditional light that work with me, okay? Galactics, cosmic consciousness. And it feels like, when I'm doing the light language and things like that, or having conversation, yes, I'm channeling, but it doesn't feel like one guide specifically, unless it's specifically my higher self leading and guiding, as she does always, every single day, because I gave the wheel to her a long time ago. And the magic that has taken place has been amazing. So I again recommend setting the ego in the way back seat, looking out the back window, that old station wagon. Now that I said that analogy the other day, all I see is old Woody station wagons, or old 1980s station wagons. If you're from the era, you're very familiar. If not, you can go get curious. It's like literally just set your ego in the way back. It can get curious, it can have fun and watch out the back window, but it's not allowed to sit in the front seat or even the middle seat. Okay? Not anymore. That's done. And you're going to continue to get more and more uncomfortable in many ways, shapes, and forms, not as a form of punishment, but as the fact that your soul is trying to wake you the fuck up. Depending on where you're at in their journey, this is for somebody. You might be at a point where you're still struggling to surrender that wheel over to your higher self, to source, to the universe, whatever words you like to put to it, and put the ego in the back. Because the ego's trying to convince you that if the ego goes back there, shit in hell is going to fall apart. That's not going to happen, beautiful soul. Okay? There's many of us, light workers, earth angels, out there to prove to you that's not what's going to happen. Okay? So we want to start putting our attention in focus more into that God frequency, that higher frequency, and not these low vibrational conversations, people, places, things, information, content, media. Hi, Could go on probably with that, but I'm not going to, because I like to keep these. I share the information, I share the tough love when the team is wanting to, when source is wanting to, the highest wants to share with you. You are needing to hear a little tough love, and that'll come. You'll hear the frequency and energy will shift and change. All right, and this is day 91 of FreQSpeak, of me coming on here, sharing my real raw frequency and energy with you, the beautiful collective. Again, always setting the intention that those are meant to receive my specific frequency, my field, my energy, my flavor, my essence. You will receive that because you are ready to receive that. Remember, you aren't going to be receiving specific frequency and energies unless your soul knows it's time to evolve, to get activated, to get triggered, to receive any form of healing from the frequency and energy that I am, and also that is also working with and through me, co-creating this. So it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. So it's not just I'm just getting channels and information. It is a two-way street. It's a co-creation, a collaboration with cosmic consciousness. So in my meeting yesterday, very amazing mediumship, intuitive guide, mentor. I was just curious. I'm like, because I've been guided to see the team. Like, what's the team? Who is the team? What is the team collaborated, And it's just that part of me is just like, just curiosity, And I've always said the more I need to know, the more the ego's trying to get involved. But this is just more for like, if I feel like I'm ready, who's the team? So what came through was a cosmic collective stream of consciousness that is co-creating and playing along with me here right now. In every now present moment as much as possible, co-creating and collaborating. So it's not like a one-way street, it's a two-way street. So receiving and giving and receiving. So it's a back and forth, if that makes sense, if that analogy makes sense, okay? So receiving and what is being received is being emanated out into the collective, like a ripple in the ocean. I use that analogy a lot. Or what I'm sending up to the cosmic consciousness is also being brought up and rippled out into the cosmos. For any and all goosebumps for confirmation. Thank you, team. Shineta. Whew, I'm gonna cry. This just tells you how powerful you are, even though you've been programmed and beat down so much to think that you're not. Okay? You are so big and vast. So not only am I receiving and co-creating, collaborating, and rippling out here, but also bringing it up and rippling it out into the cosmos, into the universe, to other beings that are ready to receive that frequency and energy. Hiya, crap, didn't expect that. Ooh. Wow, a lot of heart chakra still breaking open. So I did a heart chakra light language yesterday, and I've noticed a lot of people are having a lot of heart chakra symptoms. That was a big ha, I don't know. That was my breath, probably, my hand. Heart chakra symptoms. That what's happening is, and we'll get to it, it's probably another long one, so sit back and buckle up for this super conscious conversation with me and the collective, the cosmic collective, the CCC, the cosmic collective consciousness, or the cosmic consciousness collective, either which way, CCC. All right, there's an inside joke with me and my partner on that one. All right, breathe. So what's coming up in your physical body? I'm going to use the heart as a good example, but this can happen. And I've said this for years, and I'm continuing to learn this in coming from a holistic health and wellness practice, personal training background, history, tools in my toolbox, that when you start having physical symptoms in the body, there's stuck energy, there's stuck emotion, there's stuck trauma, there's stuck hurt, pain, anger, grief, whatever it is. And I mentioned this yesterday. And you're going to start getting more and more comfortable, these cosmic convergences that are happening, these planetary alignments, these portals, these eclipses, these new moons and full moons. All of these things are sending frequencies and energies down to help you shake it loose, look at it, get you to pause, to breathe, to pay your attention to what is this? Ask it, what is this pain? You don't have to ask and know where it's from, but if you sit with if you sit with it long enough, it probably will reveal itself on what it's associated to, whether that's grief, hurt, pain, and sadness from a death of a loved one at an early age, or hurt, pain, and trauma from an abusive relationship, or a childhood wound in abuse, whatever. But you don't necessarily just sit and honor and feel that feeling. And you will realize quite quickly, once you look at it, you feel it, you see it, you hear it, you listen to it, and you express those emotions, that energy and motion. You allow the energy and motion to take place, however that looks, whether it's crying or sneezing or coughing or screaming, yelling, whatever it is, it's usually instantly released. Okay? So I think the collective wants me to continue to talk about this. I think the team will constantly just continue to remind us. And my partner's a big example of this. And he's got to figure this out. He's a big boy. And I can just hold space, hold energy. I can help transmute what I'm able to transmute. But this is his stuff to work on. He has to work through those hurts and pains and those traumas and those wounds. Because we all have wounds. Okay? If your ego's trying to convince you of otherwise, don't listen. We all have wounds. Personally and collectively. So we're also, us light workers, way showers, guides, teachers, healing practitioners, whatever, again, word you want to put to it. We are here to, again, assist the collective in anchoring in the light and the frequency to be able, so Gaia, working with Gaia to be able to anchor in the light and the frequency with what's going on right now, and to help transmute it, and to be able to also have gone through it ourselves, saying it's safe, you're good, you can do this work. You're not going to blow up. You're not going to self-destruct. Thank you, team. You're not going to self-destruct. What's going to happen is when you decide to go in and start doing the work, it's like this controlled demolition in the most beneficial, loving way ever. And yes, the ego will continue to convince you otherwise, okay? But the more you keep telling the ego just to hang out in the back seat, everything's cool, we're good, we got this, you'll be fine, okay? So basically, in long, short, allow it to come up, allow it to feel it, look at it, listen to it, recognize it, and surrender and let it go. Choose to forgive. Choose to move on. Choose to let it go. Okay? Everything's a choice. You can continue to stay stuck in the old paradigms, thought forms, belief systems, and patterns, and the chaos around you is the chaos that's taking place within you. So if you are, let's say, for example, you're getting really caught up in the stuff that's, and again, I'm not bypassing the fact that there's a lot of ugly, destructive things that human words, I can't like really want to give human words to or give too much frequency and energy to. Just be aware and focus on you, because by you focusing on you will help the collective move forward, giving the collective permission, giving your own personal collective people in your life permission to also do the work. So I keep hearing this, that came up in a couple of super conscious conversations, is that the chaos that is taking place around you and that you're paying your attention to is more than likely the chaos that's taking place inside of you that you're not willing to address and look at. And it's going to get louder and more uncomfortable, and not through punishment. This is not punishment. It's your soul saying, it's time to wake up, beautiful soul. It's time to do the work, because you have a bigger purpose here. And for you to be able to step into your true, authentic purpose, working for the divine and with the divine and super conscious, cosmic, collective beings, you need to clear and clean house. Basically, you need to clean your temple. Okay? And again, I could go into it a whole nother video on that. We're just kind of channeling through what wants to be brought up today. Okay? Again, just got out of the shower. So again, wanting to go back to what took place in Reiki. So a few things. So, you know, I got paired up with an amazing husband and wife. And again, of course, one of them was my mentor, the magic. So we were able to share and exchange and share. And so I just want to bring up a couple of things, non-specifically, to look into signs and synchronicities and key codes, because I'm guided to. Daisies came up for me personally. My inner child came up. She was present picking daisies, picking white daisies and yellow daisies. So please go look at the spiritual significance between white daisies and yellow daisies, because there is probably a 15 on the timer, a deeper significance that your team is wanting you to get curious about, and maybe just give you more guidance, confirmation, information. So again, go a little deeper than just seeing the symbol over and over. Or if you're like, oh wow, a yellow daisy, that's odd, you know, and just get curious. The other thing that came up for one of them was magenta dragons. So the dragons are waking up. a lot's waking up. But what's happening is waking up, or that we're just vibrating higher, that they are now able to be in our field a lot more easier. So the dragons, so magenta dragon and an emerald green dragon. And just right off the bat, when those two came in, they came in while I was working on one of the participants, we'll say. I already knew they came in while I was in the heart chakra area. So a lot of clearing in the heart chakra, a lot of just creating more space, removing any unseen or unknown distortions, blockages, just things like that. And again, I'm just a tool. I'm not the person doing the healing. I'm a tool, I'm a vessel, I'm a hollow bone. It's my frequency, energy, it's source, God, but it's also creating space in the participant to be able to release and heal that with a little more ease and grace, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, and just creating space. The elementals came in just to help clear again the field, removing any distortions, blockages. And remember, your field is vast. You have many bodies outside of this. You have 12. And from a super conscious conversation, just a reminder that it's a grid-like field. And I like pictures because my third eye doesn't see ice, so I need, like, give me a visual so I can have something to visual. The outer layer is that crystalline layer, that divine God essence, source, universe layer, all right, all the way into this physical matter. Okay, but things in the field that are distorted or blocked or whatever, it can affect your physical avatar. Okay, so it's just having the awareness behind that. Okay, awareness, knowledge, wisdom, power. Okay. All right, so get curious about yellow daisies and white daisies, magenta dragons and emerald green dragons. That was fun, that came in. And again, especially if you are sitting with some heart chakra stuff. And again, if you're feeling like pressure in the heart, like a vice grip on your heart, you're having panic attacks, you feel panicky or pressure or uncomfortableness in there, that's again just, what do we need to look at? What do we need to listen to? Just find some stillness, sit with the pain, sit with the hurt and the trauma, and maybe work with some stones and crystals that will help. Green crystals like malachite is coming to mind. Rose quartz, white clear quartz will also be helpful in that chakra. Green foods, pink foods. So green is for the lower chakra and the pink is for the upper thymus chakra. So it's all breaking open. And I've been feeling this for weeks now. Like, not myself personally, when I'm in a group collective, I can feel the heart space. Because remember, you're not breaking down, you are breaking open. You are not broken, you are breaking open. So imagine there's something in there that's wanting to get out, right? But it's stuck, but it just wants to break open your heart space, your heart field, your heart chakra. So because we're moving into heart consciousness, that's where we're moving towards as a collective. And then I was called to put green on today. And I have my pink quartz here. And I'm drinking my green powder. So, no coincidences in the way my highest decided to dress me today. 222 is very significant, as well as 1111, 911. Please get curious about these numbers. I woke up at 555 yesterday, and then I saw 555 last night. So please go look at that information. I woke up at 4:22 this morning after falling asleep, like to wake up, and I was kind of awake, but it wasn't ready to get up, so I listened to some light language. All right. Oh, what else do we want to talk about? So again, the collective, when I say the team, I'm referring to the CCC, the Cosmic Conscious Collective, that is working with me and through me as I am working with and through them, if that makes sense. Because I am them, they are me, we are we. We are all one. I am the I am. You are too. All right? I'm not any more special than anyone else. All right? All right. We're all here doing the work, having fun, playing, creating, healing, all of that. The other thing that came up too in the conversation is a lot of us that are here, and especially if you're receiving this, I guarantee you're a light worker, you're a starseed, you're a way shower, you're a healer, you're a guide, you're a teacher, and you are either have been waking up, you're in your awakening process, maybe you're just starting to wake up, and this is some information that you are receiving from your highest and from source as just some guidance. All right. Where were we going with that, team? So always take what resonates, and that's, again, listening to your quantum compass, which is your heart. Okay, what is here? Okay, what is in the field? All right. All right, let's see here. Oh, thank you. Drawing back. We squirrel here. We ramble here. So if you're still here, you resonate with that. So thank you for hanging out. 2111. Having this conversation with my mentor yesterday, talking about me, I came here to clear not just 2 generations, but 3 generations of hurt, pain, trauma back. Some say 7, I don't know, maybe further. I came here for 3. So this incarnate was to not only do my shit, but to clear 3 generations. So some of you might resonate if you have a step family or a step parent that has raised you for a long period of time. You might be part of that group that is here to clear not just 2 generations, but 3. Doesn't mean you're any better than anyone else, just means you signed up for a little extra something, okay? So when you're going through this clearing and this healing, yes, it's for you, but it's also for all of your ancestors backwards and forwards, okay? So that's just a reminder of that, okay? And it's also, while you do the work, 22:12 on the clock, remember, the most important thing you can pay your attention to is you here right now in this present moment, all those magical, tiny, little, beautiful things, and not giving your energy away to the collective. That's a waste of time and energy. And I'm not saying not have empathy, not have compassion, I'm not saying to bypass or ignore it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you doing you and working on you is a bigger service to the collective than your ego and mind can even understand. Okay? So I hope that resonates. So don't get caught up in the media. Don't get caught up in the stories. Okay? Don't get caught up in the media. Don't get caught up in the stores. That, I don't even know what I wrote there. Sometimes I write and I just don't know what I'm saying. So the greatest contribution, I just said this, thank you. The greatest contribution that you can give to the planet is your frequency and energy. Your flavor, your color, your essence. And to heal yourself. So the greatest contribution you can do is to heal yourself. All right? That's the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the collective consciousness and to the planet, to Gaia, is your frequency, your energy, your flavor, your color, to heal yourself. Okay? All right, be the example. I am the example. I've said this even in the health and wellness industry, when I was working with parents especially. Be the example. Don't force your kid to eat a certain way or to move a certain way. You just be the example. Thank you. I'm going to use my kiddo as an example when it comes to meditation and light language. There, ears just cleared. Thank you, team. You need to be the example. You need to just do it. And then that allows space for them to feel safe to do it too, but without pressure of nagging and poking and prodding. Does that make sense? And the same thing is mentioning for the spiritual work. So I also brought this up for yesterday in my super conscious conversation, is that my kiddo, he's 12, he'll be 13 this month. He was born in 2013, so he's kind of on that next wave, you know, and then my grandbaby was born in this next wave. Again, kids are there, here have more gifts and abilities. He's in the higher dimensions. He's on the spectrum, so he hangs out in the 7th dimension up. He's very verbal and empathic and just knows. All right, he just knows. But you can't have like a conversation and say, tell me what's, he's not going to be able to do that. He doesn't, his frequency and energy doesn't function that way. He'll tell you when he thinks you need to have some information. And if you try to prod and poke and get information, you're just going to shut him down. Okay, so that's resonant for somebody. Okay, hold space. So he's been waking up early, and again, these kids are affected as well as we are as these cosmic convergences, whether they're going through purges and detoxes, and they're clearing themselves too, depending on where they're at. Hold space for that. Honor that. Hold the nourishment. Give them the nourishment, the care, the compassion, the grace. Again, going back to what you didn't receive as a child. I guarantee you here, one of your parents did not give you what you needed as your small person. Okay? None of mine. 3 generations. None of them gave me what I needed as a small child. So in this healing process, I had to give her what she needed on this journey. Okay? So he'll wake up, but you know, he gets his iPad and he does his games and things, which is fine. But if he gets up early, he'll say, I'll meditate. So what time you get up, kiddo? Because, you know, he doesn't usually wake me up too much. So what'd you do? He goes, I was meditating for, if dad wasn't feeling good, or I was meditating for you, mom, or I was just meditating. So be the example. And I've created space over this past year to say, okay, I'm going to meditate. I'll need 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Please don't bother me unless it's an emergency. And so that's created space, not telling him to meditate, but creating space and being the example of the meditation that he now, and this is something he's just started doing on his own. And he hasn't spoken in a while, but when I was speaking light language throughout the house, he would randomly just start speaking in his light language. Or if we're talking, because it's usually the two of us, I'll be talking to the team out loud, and he'll be like, are you talking to me? I'm like, oh, I'm talking to the team. And then I'll ask him, are you talking to me? He goes, no, I'm talking to the team. So give them the space to express their own unique frequency and energy. Don't shut them down. Don't tell them. Don't. Please. Don't. Whether it's your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, whatever. Hold space and be the example. You don't have to say, oh, we need to go meditate. Oh, we need to go do, you just go do you. And they will see you by, and you be an example. So, yeah, I can't think of it right now. Yeah. Set by example, something like that. Okay, be the example. All right. So remember, every pain in the body is stored. Trauma, pain, hurt, sadness, grief, etc. We've talked about this. I'm just going to circle back. So ask the pain, the wound, how it feels. And listen deeply enough, and it may reveal again that root cause of where it is. And then when you can reveal it, you're like, oh, you can go back to there, and you're like, you can release it, you can cry, you can feel it, you can let it go, you can allow that emotion to be in motion, that energy to be in motion. Okay, so it can be released. And also in those moments, releasing the need to know where it's at. So let's say you're feeling something, you're not sure what it's connected to, what the root cause is. Allow the release of needing to know where the root cause is. And if you sit with it long enough and you feel it and you allow it and you listen, it may reveal itself, or it just may reveal itself as I am lonely, I am hurt, I am pain, I am grief, whatever. Okay, remember, you are not, this is for somebody, this is huge for me, this took me a long time. You are not what your parents see, think, or feel about you. I'm going to say that again. Write it down and say this. I am not what my parents see, think, or feel about me. Embody it, know it, feel it, speak it into the field. So, so important right now. Because that's part of these wounds that we're holding on to. Those ego wounds, those, not ego wounds, that's what the ego's wanting to hold on to. This validation and acceptance. We're done with that. You be you, you give 0 fucks, you get feral, you become free, you stand in your authenticity, and you liberate yourself. You liberate your soul, and by doing that, you liberate the collective. Okay? Don't allow patterns to fall out. Shinetta, what was that? Okay. Okay, so if you're getting sick, these patterns, okay, so, oh, Shanetta, thank you. So if you don't allow these patterns, these conditionings, these programmings, these emotions, you don't allow them to fall out, you're probably going to get sick. You're going to get really uncomfortable. You're going to find discomfort, disease in the body, okay? So cry your wounds out. And more than likely, the sickness will go away. The discomfort will go away, okay? Illness is more than likely, I keep going back to this, is trapped emotions, okay? Trapped emotions. A lot of the time, sickness and illness, pain, discomfort, these trapped emotions, okay? Your body says, I'm going to make you sick so I can get you to stop and listen. I'm going to say that again. Your body says, okay, I'm going to get you sick and uncomfortable so you can stop, you can slow down and listen, okay? So this thing, this wound, this stuck energy can move and come out and be released, okay? And as a light worker, whether you're still going through it or need a little confirmation, all right, your body, you're sick, wishing at the sickness is used because light workers are getting better at looking at it and to be able to transmute and let it go, all right? So it's being brought up to be handled, to be cleared, to be addressed, to be listened to, and look at it from love, okay? And when you do that, you'll be able to release these a lot faster and faster, okay? So another thing that came through in the shower is a little bit of a download is, and this kind of came through as a download / information that was extracted from this podcast, was your entire life or lifetimes, you've been running on this adrenaline. So imagine like you're this hiker who got lost in the mountains or the woods. And people are like, how do they survive for 6 days or 7 days? Because they're surviving on pure adrenaline. So when they're rescued, what happens? They're basically bedridden or in hospital for a long period of time, so they're able to recalibrate, to rest, to recover, okay? So you can look at your daily life as that as well, or your lifetime as that, okay? So it's time to take the foot off the pedal, all right, and allow the stillness and the magic to happen, because the work, the sacred work happens in that stillness, in that rest, for sure, okay? The other thing that was coming through for the collective that was downloaded while I was in the shower is, are you going to, so let's say, Vishnatha, you have a family member, a friend, a coworker, a parent, a sibling, whatever, are they bullying you? And you know what bullying can look like. Bullying can look many ways. Word witches, it doesn't have to be physical bullying. It can be, again, puking shit out of people's mouths, or frequencies or energies or behaviors towards you. Are you going to stand up to that bully? Your ego could be bullying you too. So that's what also came through, is your ego could be bullying you right now. Are you going to stand up to that bully? Are you going to continue that bully to let that wounded person or ego, remember, because bullies are just wounded people, hurt people, so you have to have that compassion, but you don't continue to allow that thing, person, ego, whatever, to continue to bully you. All right, are you going to continue that to go on, to continue to bully you? Or are you going to stand up for yourself? Speak up, stand in your authentic self. Respect your insulted soul. All right, your soul is insulted at this point. Your soul is so insulted, it is asking you to stand up. Stand up. All right, stand up and stand up to that bully, and not allow that. Again, we're going to use a person because that's easier for people to wrap their thought around. Like, you have, let's say, this boss that is so fucking wounded, that goes around and screams and shouts and throws things all about at their employees, thinking that that's how you get shit done. When you disrespect and you insult other people's souls, and you physically, mentally, verbally, however, abuse them, that's abuse. I mean, come on. Are you going to continue to allow that? Or are you going to be the first person in the group that's like so fucking scared to say something, what's gonna fucking happen? You get fired? All right, that's probably what needed to be done. You get let go? Whatever. Are you gonna allow that to continue? Stand up to that fucking bully. Or are you gonna continue to allow that person, that wounded person, to continue to bully you and other people? Are you going to allow that? That is my question. Someone that is here right now is dealing with that right now. I guarantee it. And if you aren't, then it's already happened and you've walked away and you're questioning what the fuck. You did the right thing. This is your confirmation you did the right thing. To stand up, to speak up, to listen to your insulted soul, and to either walk away or whatever. Okay? So a couple of songs that came through is We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. Go listen to that. See what your clairaudience picks up. Maybe the video, your clairvoyance, and clairsentience. Okay? Under Pressure by Queen as well. So those two songs came to as a listen to for the collective. And I think we're going to just close out with that. And just again, there's a reason you're feeling what you're feeling. Your body is ready to release and let it go. And this is an ongoing process, right? It's not a one and done. Everything's goes in a spiral. You do the healing and then you go back up and it comes back. But each time you go through it, the core wound is less and less and less. And it's easier to surrender, let it go, transmute it, move through it, allow the emotions to flow. Okay, it's again that surrendering and going with the flow. Going within. The answers that you seek are here. They're inside of you. They're not outside of you. And if you're paying your attention to the chaos and the nonsense, pull that back to here and like, what's going on inside of me that's chaotic, okay, and ugly and unhealed and all of the stuff, okay? So we're gonna breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Shinaya shinatiria. Shinatiria shahu shinati shanata. All right, free shinata. We're gonna close this out. Shinatiria. And know that you are loved from our heart to yours. Namaste. We'll see you soon. Bye.